Hi, it's Teacher Melissa, and I'm here today to tell you why you should be talking to your student's learning partner, LP, in VIPKid land. Now, I'm talking mostly about giving the LP feedback on the bottom of that parent feedback form. You've already talked to the parents, you've marked the stars or the flowers or whatever. Down on the bottom, there's that little spot where you can click those buttons that say parent involved too much or apology to student or IT or whatever, and then there's a spot to write. You should be using that. So I'm going to give my top 7 reasons why you should be writing to your LP with your students in mind. And I'm going to do it like a countdown. So I'm going to start with number 7. Number 7, if something has gone wrong in the class and you're worried about it, you should be apologizing to the parents right there. It often sounds much better in Chinese culture if there are any issues that you think might be between you and the parent, that they are taken care of by a third party, and the LP is the third party. Our company has provided us that, and that's what it should be. Now, I am here to tell you that Chinese parents don't just want an apology. What they really want is how you're going to fix it. So don't just gush and say you're sorry. Say you're sorry and say, next time I will correct pronunciation. Next time I will be more careful with my time, whatever you're going to do next time. So if you've got something you need to say to the parents that you feel you have done wrong, or the technology went wrong, or you were short on time, that apology should go through the LP and that feedback. That's the easiest way to get them to it. Okay, we are on number 6 in our countdown. If your student was not prepared for class, they're a regular student, they can read, they can be on that level, but they clearly have not been doing their homework, or they did not turn in a UA, or they're looking at you blankly. They don't know what the UA project is even about, and you're like on lesson 11 and they've got the deer in the headlights look. You should be telling the LP that and asking them. Be very specific. I do not think my student understands that what the project is. They've chosen project 2. They didn't bring it to the last one, whatever. They're not doing their homework. Please remind them to do their homework before class, especially in these upper levels. We're on a flipped classroom approach in VIPKid. They should be doing the homework at home, reading the book, listening to the video and the audio. And then what we are here for is practice with a Native American speaker. Practice. So much of this should be practice for them. They are clearly not prepared. That means they're not doing the homework. Tell the LP, please remind the parent to remind the student to do the homework before class. Okay, number 5, if your student has been misbehaving in class. Now, if the parent is sitting right there and the student's been misbehaving, you still should tell the LP. That should come through the LP that you think the student needs to behave better. Now, this could be running around the room screaming. This could be spitting on the camera. This could be flipping you off. This could just be playing on their phone, or clearly watching TV or playing a video game on another screen. Anything like that. Now, yes, you should contact the fireman during class, but the fireman is not your student's LP. They're going to address it right then. You need to tell your LP in that feedback at the bottom so they can talk to the parent. Please ask the parent to let Bao Bao work independently. Please remind the parent that Johnny should not be playing on another screen, that he should focus on the teacher, and that is something that the LP can address with the parents. Okay, number 4 on our countdown. If you think the student is clearly in the wrong level. Now, don't do this if you've had that student the very first time. They could just be having a really bad day. I'm talking about you've had a student 2, 3 times, and they clearly, somehow they ended up in level 3, and they cannot read CVC words, and they can't read, and they are floundering, and it's been happening class after class. Yes, you can click that button that comes up sometimes, that there's a possibility they need a level adjustment, but who's really going to take care of that is the LP, and they will talk to the parent, but it is the parent's choice. So if they don't get moved, Don't think the LP isn't helping. It is ultimately the parent's choice. But you can ask the LP, please review the playback video of class, and then be specific in your LP note. The student cannot read CVC words. The student cannot do blends. You got a level 3 and they don't know how to circle and draw a line to match. Whatever it is, be very specific to them to give them some ammunition to talk to the parents specifically. And again, don't do this from the first class, but that is one reason to contact your child's LP. Number 3, if the parent is too involved. Again, this is a little level 1 or a level 2 and the parent's helping some. Let it go. They're not really learning how to speak in English. They are just repeating, and they should be just repeating in those lower levels. But when you get a mid-upper level 2 and then you're into 3 and 4 and the parent is still giving them answers and you've tried all the other little tricks, I've got a few in some of my other YouTube videos, and the parent still is just feeding them answers, then that is something to address with the LP, to have them ask the parent. That's your first line of defense. And I've done that and it has worked. It has helped. So use your LPs. They are the go-between that's been provided to us. So that is number 3. Yes, tell the LP the parent is too involved. And again, give details. They're talking over top of me. They're giving the wrong pronunciation. They are giving them the answers on unit assessment. Whatever it is, be specific. Don't just click parents too involved. Talk to your LP. Okay, the number 2 reason, we're almost there. The number 2 reason to talk to your LP. Tell them specifically what you're working on. Not that it's a problem, but you want them to know what you're working on. Sometimes things get lost in translation in your feedback. Of course, you should be telling the parent. Today, we worked on the TH sound and putting our tongue between our teeth for the TH sound. Whatever you're doing, yes, tell the parent. But if it's something you've worked on more than once, 2, 3, 4 lessons in, and the student is still struggling with it, but you're working with them and they're hardworking, tell the LP. Bao Bao can practice the V sound, biting his bottom lip with his top teeth for the V sound. Bao Bao is a hard worker. Please remind Bao Bao to work on this at home. Then that lets the LP know that this is a recurring issue that you're working on, and they can convey it to the parent in case the parent just thinks you're just saying you worked on it that day, that you've seen it as a common problem that keeps coming up. So tell the LP specifically what you're working on. I don't mean a list of vocab words. I mean certain pronunciations that you see are a recurring issue for the student. Okay, here's the best one of all, folks. The number 1 reason that you should be talking directly to your student's learning partner in that feedback form. That's how you're going to get more bookings. I have gotten so many students, I know, because the LP looked at my feedback to the parent, looked at my feedback to other teachers, looked at my feedback to them. They're watching my videos. They're hearing from other parents. They're hearing from me, and they are recommending me to their other students. We've heard that lots in workshops and everything, and updates. The LPs will often recommend you to other students. When they recruit new students, an LP will say, I've got the perfect teacher for them. And if you are politely and respectfully talking to your LPs about your students often, I'm nearing 75% if I've got an extra minute, 75% or more, I am typing some kind of note to the LP. And sometimes it's just a little note that a student is doing fabulous. I had a level 4 today. His fluency was amazing. The kid could have been an actor. And he really had that intonation and fluency going. So I just wanted the LP to know this is probably my top student that I have in this. So every once in a while, a nice little note too. But talk to those LPs. Let them know you care, you're paying attention, you want to work out issues respectfully. They are going to respect you for that, and they're going to recommend you to other teachers, to other parents, that you are a good teacher for their student. So remember, if this video has helped you, give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel also. I usually post content every Monday and Thursday, usually a couple times a week. And I will see you next time.